Okay, g'day. Richard Musgrave-Evans here again, painting on location in Outback, Australia. Belgian linen, big Belgian linen, palette knives and oil paint. Now, you can't really see it that clearly. Anyway, hopefully it all comes together as we go. Let's do this. Right, I think I'll start with a bit of foreground. Always go for the biggest differences. At the moment, one of the differences is a nice shadow here. I'll bung that in. I've already put a little bit of stuff just to start me off, and now I'll get into it. Just pulling that shadow across. A little bit bluer as it gets out on the edge there. Now what I'll do is I'll put too much shadow in and then go over it. Alright, foreground. It's a big painting, there's plenty of it, plenty of work to do. That'll keep me out of trouble for a while. Go a little bit more blue on the edges of the shadow as it runs into the distance. Picking up the reflected light on the edges, reflected light of the sky, etc. Right, now. Some really nice oranges in there, so I'll start. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I'm not sure if I've got enough red for this. I seem to be using a lot of that red because I'm almost out of cat orange. So what I've done is going for a couple of different colours to make up for that. And because of that, I'm starting to use a lot of my red. So out she comes, bucket loads of red. Let's pretty much finish that tin. These are great, these tins. As usual, we've got tons of wind again. Just the way it is at the moment, so just go with it, eh? Bunging in a bit of this middle ground, I'll just hold that there. Bung her in, there we go. Whoops, got a little dirty there. Okay. palette knife. Clean the palette knife, I should say. Right now, a bit of a shadow here. Let's button that in. Yeah, just here. I've lightened it compared to what it was in the foreground. Okay, what else have I got? Let's have a look. Right, it's going to go there. Now, this will go up here. You've got to work fast with all this stuff because it's changing all the time. Always changing, always changing. Okay, I'll take that tape off now. It was just to give me a bit of a guide. I don't really need it too much. Next I'll go with some sky colour, I reckon. Let's get the sky going. Okay. Okay, now. Yep, okay. Whoa. Yes, right. Change that colour a bit. Yes, better I think, more what I'm after anyway. Get it all in there. Oops, too much white in that one, better get rid of that. Alright. What am I trying to achieve here? Let me see now. That'll be that there. That hill line will come down this way. Like so. That hill line will go along there. All fun and games, eh? All fun and games. You need a lot of paint when you're doing this style. Heck of a lot of paint. A lot of time mixing too. It's a little bit too yellow, but that don't matter. I'll change that in a minute. There's a bit more blue in a minute into it. Because it is dusty, there is actually quite a bit of that colour in there, so I have to put it in. As I'm going through the paint. Yeah, it's an interesting colour. Sometimes I like to purposely go warm and cool, like make the sky warmer than it really is and make it cooler than it is, and then blend them. And you get that beautiful contrast between warm and cool dancing with each other in your eyes. And that's obviously a good thing to do. Really chunk, chunk, chunk. Chunk, chunk. Interesting sky today. It's gone too clean. What have I mixed here? That's mud. I think I've gone a bit too muddy sometimes. Just do that. Right, start again. Yep. Speedy Gonzalez. Stuff in. If we make Clark coming. Just bunging this paint in together. Hey, hey! How's it going? You're in time for the show.
What's that?
You're in time for the show. Wear that in.
Hey, don't let me stop you. Keep going.
I'll keep on going, don't worry.
Yeah, no, keep going. Yeah.
But so what do you think of the spot? I think it's a nice little area.
Oh, look, it's amazing what you find.
Out of nothing.
Yeah, it really is. You saw a little ripply hills here. Because I thought, right, it's way too late for me to start something. I'd never get it done before the lights set.
Yeah.
So I went up that track that turns off just before here.
Yep.
And followed it up. And then it forks about 1 kilometre in. So I took the right-hand fork and it goes along a creek bed, just like the way you come through this lot here.
Yeah.
You wind in out all the trees and whatnot, and then you pop out onto a big wide flatland, a flat valley like this with a whole bunch of ripply little hills exactly like that.
Good.
But Jack was telling me that there was a mine somewhere that had all its gear and a steam tractor and the whole bit, and so I thought it was up there. Yeah, he sort of made it sound, but it's kind of hard to tell with Jack.
Right.
He made it sound like it was up there, so I went looking for it because I thought it might make some nice photos, but I couldn't. Must have been on the other track, the one that broke to the left, if it is on that one. Otherwise, I'll come back some point in the future and ask Craig where it is.
Now, some of this stuff like this would actually be easier with a brush. Because I've dedicated myself to knife,
yeah,
I could actually blend that so easy with a brush now.
Yeah.
But it's just
look, I still think in a way it's easier what you're doing, because even with a brush I find that it's just time consuming, and you can't seem to, even though you can put a lot of paint on the brush, it runs out really quickly, whereas that knife seems to go a hell of a lot further.
Yeah, yeah.
With the paint on it, so
I'm just trying to bring them all together now. And later on I'll get the marks more how I want them. Quite often I have to do marks just to blend it.
Yep.
And then I'll pull them into a sort of the look I want.
Right.
There you go.
I'm impressed by A, the volume of paint you use, and B, the stuff that you end up probably just wasting and losing.
Oh, tons.
Yeah. So I got a wind sheet in if I want to put it on.
I want more warm tone in there. So I'll just put it in. What I do like though is quite often when you put extra colours like this in, and they almost blend in but not quite, you get those nice variances of, rather than just one block tone.
Well, I've got to say thank you for the tip too, because it's already, you know, revealed a few things to me. I've tried to use the bigger brushes, and what it has done is, like I think I said, I avoided clouds and things like that.
Yeah.
The acrylics do dry way too fast, but I have, by piling the paint on with the big brush, it has allowed me to, the paint it's thick enough that it doesn't dry quite as fast, so when I get back into it, I can actually put clouds in, much like the marks you have there have softened in. And the reason why I've never liked my clouds before is that generally the sky was dry, and they were just so hard and sharp, it looked like, you know, floating concrete blocks. Whereas working back into it actually worked quite well with it that thick and a big brush. The other thing is, there's a painterliness, and it's funny because I can say, oh, this looks like an old Richard Musgrave-Evans, but using, and I don't have a big enough square brush, but I had a squarish brush, and so I was going along and putting information through the landscape. And that, just with, instead of going along with a little brush and going fiddle, 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 just putting these sort of dots and dashes in. And it worked pretty well.
Cool.
The other thing too is I think I've always sort of thought, oh, I need a homestead, but as soon as you do that, it ends up meaning that you've got a lot of detail, so you get bogged down in it's kind of hard to be expressive.
Just going to put that white cliff there, so I'm just pulling in a bit of an edge there where I'll put some of these in.
I'm also impressed by the limited range of colors you use, because I use quite a lot of color. I'm impressed that you managed to get that warm tone with the colors in the dirt with the colors you have.
Oh, right. What, in the shadow or the light?
Both actually, but more in the light.
Well, that light today, all I did was that and that, was a little bit of that.
Yeah.
It's actually a very difficult subject, this is.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I won't, when you were talking about it, I thought, no, I won't do it because it'd be way too much detail. What I have liked is a couple of things that I've done. I've really simplified it out, like I was talking to you, where I was going to have almost like that semi-abstract, in the sense that I was going to leave the bottom unworked as much as possible. Just block in the color. I'll come along, I'll have to camp out with you just simply to actually enjoy the experience of the damper, the tea, the... So,
you can do it now.
I want to go home. I'm done. But the other thing too is I'd have to unpack my trailer. I'd sleep on the back of the trailer because I don't have a... Do you have a camp bed that you sleep on? Or you just...
I have got one, but I haven't used it this trip so far.
But you've just been sleeping on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing too is I sort of hit the wall, which is not unusual. But yeah, I'm also impressed by your stamina, the number of paintings you get done, because just the mere act of standing in a spot.
Well, this is number 12. This is the last canvas I've got, and the reason I'm working so big is because this is all I've got left.
Yeah. So you've gotten 12 done?
Yeah.
Well done, mate.
I think some of it's magenta and white, and some of it's orange, yellow and white. But that was the main focal point. That's what I wanted the subject to be.
Yeah.
Just mixing some half colours there, so when they all go together, they kind of... Maybe. and work out what I want here. I want it to be chunkier, obviously, like that.
Mm.
And then it needs areas, I reckon, like that's got to be a much cleaner muck like that. Whether it's there or not, it just,
Yeah.
I reckon it needs it.
I quite like the chunkiness though, that looks really lovely.
I like that chunkiness, and I like the combination between that and then not chunky like that, like really thin and soft. I think if you do it all chunky, sometimes it gets a little bit too blocky.
Yeah.
I've actually just got to think about what I'm going to do here. See, I want that softer there. I don't want that to be dominating so much. I want it to like drag your eye into there like that.
Right.
With like a tonal impression, like a...
It's interesting because it's almost like I always go on about how you read from left to right, but you appear to be...
I go either way.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to do there is that basic thing, you know, like with a still life, how you start off in the shadow and work out.
Yeah.
That's sort of what's going on there.
Yep.
It's crazy. Making up a composition as you go when it's this big.
It's good though, because that's what I think that's the there's 2 or 3 sort of things that have really struck me this trip, and one was not being religiously tied to the actual scene. You know, I've actually, with the images that I've done, you know, stylized or completely ignored bits, which is quite rare. You know, I've never done that in the past. I've done it like a bloody photograph. I've gone for every salt bush, every last everything.
Yeah.
And that's been really, really good. And the second thing is, like I said, I tended to focus, just hang around the homesteads, and I would not see a possible composition.
Yep, I was thinking that. That's why it's good to come out and do like this and just hang out for ages and around. Yeah. And then you just start to get into it, even if it's like when you came out and you saw that and you thought, what is he getting into here? Mm. But you get into it, and that's all that matters, as long as you're inspired by it. That's what I reckon. Yeah. I reckon I will just sort of, I don't want to make it the same as that, but I'm deciding to build this area up higher here, because I want it to sort of go like that. Yeah. So it needs something up there to hold it up with. I was trying to like, because I can see this, it's pushing your eye out there. Yeah. And I want it to go that way, so I can see the shadows are rolling up on there anyway, so good opportunity to do that. And maybe where the lights, just where the light's hitting on the side there, how it's brighter as it rolls up on the side of the bank. And I half mix that, see how it goes like, because I want it to be light. I want it to be like a, where the light's only half capturing, like you know the light's hitting bright there, but as the sun's getting lower, sort of gets hard to get the light. I see that bit over there, it's going more of that low, or just a weaker chroma, rather than where the light's hitting straight up. I need to get that better there though, that's I just didn't like the way it's getting too fiddly there, so I might sharpen it, but clean it. Got to keep this clean. Good too, even though the oil paint's not supposed to dry, it actually does a little bit, because working into this sky later is actually better, because sometimes it's just so wet you can't blend it.
Yeah, the acrylics I quite like sometimes as they start to go rubbery.
Yeah.
The mark you get out of them or the way they pull.
Yeah.
I quite enjoy.
I can get a harder edge by pulling it back down like this.
Yeah.
But I have to keep the knife very clean for that. I'm liking that, the way it's kind of doing that.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
Clean the knife.
You've done well, mate. 12 done, that's incredible.
Hey?
12 done's incredible.
Well, I'm glad you got to see something.
Yeah, me too, because I was going to say it's in the second trip I've been out with you and not clapped eyes on a painting.
You think he's making it up? He doesn't believe it.
Okay. Good luck. Enjoy.
Well, there you go, that was my mate Clark Barrett who came out with me. He's the guy who brought me up here. And he's heading home back to Broken Hill today, and this is the last painting I'm doing for the trip because I've run out of canvases, so it'll all work out well. Been a great trip. Good fella, the old Clark. There goes his trailer, clunging along. What I'll do is peel that tape off so I can see what I've got. It looks like, from what you guys have seen, it looks alright. I suppose it's alright. Okay, here we go. Get this tape off. Whoa. This can be fun in the wind, I tell you what. It always looks different when you pull that off. Sometimes you think, wow, that's great, other times you think, that's not great. So I'll have a look and see what I think. Yeah, not too bad. Whoa, that's what we don't know. Dust. Might just sting the focal area. The whole reason I painted this spot was because it had a beautiful white hills, like white cliffs in the distance there. Oh, can you see that linen bouncing around? Bouncing around in the wind. Find a spot where I can put my hand to stabilise it. Now look what we got. Right, let's do this. Clean mark. That's it. Okay, that's not quite clean enough. I'm going to go another round. It's better. Now, I'll use some of that half magenta colour too. Bung a bit of that in. Oops, went over the lines. Blue shadows here and there. What I need here is a cleaner line here to define that edge. That's the focal point. The focal point should have the most ping and attention. A few rocky highlights here and there that's capturing the light. Go that way. Ring-a-ding-ding. Just trying to lead the eye around the picture, so I'm putting some accents here and there. Okay, pretty happy with that now. It actually turned out alright, so what I'll do is get the thing off and we'll have a look, eh? Okay, cheers, no worries, thank you. Okay, so let's have a close-up of this large painting on the side of the trailer. Now the object of this piece was those beautiful flat top hills in the distance. They were really beautiful colours, capturing that light striking them. Now if we just pan in, you'll see that they were lovely ochres and purple blue shadows and all different colour soil, which was bringing out all those lovely colours that you can see and play with. And the foreground I've used as a great lead-in. A bit of play with colour there too, but that's the lead-in to the distance. Alright, so hopefully you've liked this video, and don't forget to subscribe and forward it on to your friends. No worries, thank you.